You're listening to the Arcane Focus Network.
Don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're fucking with the gods here. You're fucking with me. But you don't get to win. No, you don't get to win today. We win. I win. The Gossamer King will win. And he turns back and goes up to the computer array and just starts like furiously typing away. Like, and by the way, you guys are out of combat here.
Okay, so Banshee is going to run to where the bottom force field was and reactivate the force field.
Can attempt to. Everybody can tell me one thing they would like to do.
I suspect he's trying to release all of his pod crew.
From where I am, I want to cast Prescience on him. He gets a reflex save because I'm going to attempt... he gets a reflex save. It's a DC 17.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay, well, I can keep trying, so I'll keep trying whenever you tell me I can.
So, yeah, just like one sort of action. Yep. So you do that. Sure. Banshee moves down and attempts to reactivate the other force field.
Yes.
Okay, so it was destroyed on the other side. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it'd have to go around and repair, put it back together on that side because you pulled the fuse.
Yeah, so can he manipulate it, put a fuse in and then, yep.
But that'll lock him out.
But doing that, the force field then appears, blocking out Banshee.
Oh. That is not what I wanted to do.
It's a good sacrifice. I mean, how many points has he got? Fuck all, right? May as well, if it protects us from a whole bunch of... And
you can download his AI onto your rig, right?
Are you saying that Banshee has to sacrifice himself?
Well, to do the thing you want to do.
This body of...
Are you wanting Banshee to put up protection for you guys against
people
bad
coming
boys
in?
running in?
The mob that's going to come in.
Enemies running in and,
That was the aim.
What a sacrifice. What a hero.
All right. So in that case, then yes, there's the blast doors as well that potentially Banshee could close. And then there's the original ones that you guys came through if you wanted to potentially head back and sabotage those. Which is all potential, but Burzin, what were you planning on doing in this moment?
Well, Burzin comes out of the rage and just starts starts pouring water on himself to get the acid off it.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Yep, and then Sawbones.
How many hit points are you down, Mari?
It's only stamina.
So you're not even in your hit points yet?
No.
Oh, well.
No one is.
No one is.
I'm sorry.
I hit no one. I was completely ineffectual in that entire fight. It's truly shocking.
It is.
Well, all I'm going to do then is ready in action, which is if Xander Calderon becomes hittable, like if the force field goes away, I'm going to shoot him with a
Bioshock.
Yeah, exactly.
Bioshock.
Am I allowed an action, or was my action Banshee's action?
Yeah, you can do something.
Yeah, if I'm allowed an action, I'd like to attempt to remote hack into the force field that's in front of me that's separating the two of us so that I can get it down.
Okay.
Get to Mr. Calderon.
I tell you what, you don't know exactly where that thing is, so give me a mysticism check. See if you can use the force to find out where that is.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Desna. Yeah, you see me hold the beautiful butterfly in one hand. It starts to get hot in my hand. And I get a 25.
Oh.
25. You feel like you could reach out and attempt that.
All right.
Go ahead, give me a computer's check.
Okay, eyes closed. Hot hand. Okay, you ready? Here's a 30.
So you reach out and you feel guided. You can't see exactly where it is, but you know where it is. And you reach out. And as you start messing with beep, 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 beep,
You're
beep,
mine.
Zo. The force field comes down.
You are toast.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Thanks,
Sawbones
Banshee.
lets loose with a biohack.
Sawbones lets loose with a biohack.
All right.
Banshee. You got us.
I'm going to roll the dice here and assume that he's a spellcaster.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit him with a thermopathy inhibitor. Or formopathy inhibitor. First time
Okay.
using.
Don't know what that means.
Oh, it's good. It's a 16 on the dice plus 11.
Oh,
So 27.
27 hits.
Yes. All right. Reduce the caster level and saving throw DCs of spells and spells-like abilities by 1.
Uh-huh.
If he actually hits any of us with damage, then something else will happen. And all of his spells take longer. So they take a full round if they were a standard action and 2 rounds if they were a full round.
Okay.
He's also going to cop.
Is there any damage associated with that?
There is.
Yep.
There's a total of 11 points of damage.
Holy.
All right.
Holy.
Holy piercing damage.
holy piercing damage, Batman.
You do that, and you see him like, and you see him like hit something, and then he kind of like turns around and looks at you all.
My lord is waiting for me. Who waits for you?
And you see him cough, and blood starts to come out of his mouth.
Oh no.
He is already weak
self-destruct.
as from all the mosquito feeding.
And he just
Or is he self-destructing into mosquitoes?
drops down like a sack of shit.
Yeah, he's gonna like burst into a pile of
Yep.
mosquitoes.
Yep. And I should put the
And-
shield back up. Really quickly.
Astra, you see a little spark on the side of his head, and a very
no.
small stream of smoke rising up.
Wait a minute. Hey guys. Something's going down.
And you guys are
Be
out
ready.
of combat and out of initiative. But the next thing you notice, Astra, is on the main screen of this array. The big warning comes up, and it says portal failsafe activated.
Self-destruct?
No.
Who knows?
And it says time to forced opening. Oh. And a 2-minute timer begins counting down.
Oh shit.
No.
Alright. I'm gonna have to get on this.
So
Well, we have to run up to the
I'm
computer.
still bleeding, by the way.
Yeah, Burzen's gonna run up to the computer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Astra, what did you do?
Well,
okay.
fuck. The portal's gonna open.
All right, so this 2-minute timer starts going. I have a 2-minute timer here.
Oh,
2 minutes.
oh no.
1:55. Anybody, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm gonna start my computer hack. I'm gonna hack. I'm gonna hack in.
I'm gonna stab her. I'm gonna stab her with a biohack that gives her a +2.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna hack in. All right.
Okay, great. You move up to the
that's a-
computer and you begin hacking in.
I do. Well, I was gonna
Okay.
remote hack, but everyone else is right there.
Well, hang
I'm
on.
just
Maybe
worried it's gonna-
perception to check for traps.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a real-time timer.
Yeah,
Go.
Burzen is going
fuck
to
it.
assist in
1 minute,
helping
30
to see
seconds
if we can
left.
hack into
All right.
this thing.
It's a 14 on the dice.
Roll
That's
it.
a 30. That's a 30 plus 2. That's 32 plus.
32, success. You get
32.
into the computers.
Shut
Okay,
it
so
down,
you
Astra,
see...
shut it down.
Quick. I'm gonna go through the menus and quickly find. Please turn off.
I'm just pausing the timer while I just give a description of what you see, because you've got, obviously a moment to look at this.
Seconds.
So,
Yeah.
yep, you see there's a couple of different options in there. You can see that a lot of the pods have been opened and that a lot of these troops are coming in. In addition, what you see is that there's this failsafe that's been activated for the portal, and you think you might be able to shut it down.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Shut it down.
Okay.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Come on. Go on, Banshee. Close the doors. And I'm gonna quickly do the fail shape.
Okay, so Banshee runs away.
Yep, Banshee's gonna go and close the doors while I do the fail safe.
Okay,
that's a
great.
7 on the dice.
I
Good
assist.
check.
I assist.
That's a
I
7
assist.
plus 16 plus 24 because I got a +2. Yep, 24.
24. Okay, so you get in there, and you succeeded. However,
Oh no.
this is a self-destruct of this ship.
All right. Like as in immediate or timed?
Unfortunately, with the 24, it is unable to be timed, and the button has to be pressed.
All right, guys.
You have 40 seconds. Sawbones, as you were over off to the side,
Yeah.
you saw that there was an airlock door, an escape shuttle.
Oh,
Okay, guys, off you go. Head that way. Is
30
escape.
seconds.
Astra,
No,
run!
you've got you guys.
No,
You guys
run.
go. I've got no family or anything. Let me do it.
No, neither do
Go.
I, man.
25
Run.
seconds.
Destin's got this. Run.
Go
now. I've got
now.
the button. Go.
20 seconds.
Fucking
Buzzing.
run, mate.
All right.
I've got
all
the
right.
button.
Everyone,
Yeah.
let's go.
I've got the button. Run.
Burzin looks at Astra,
I got this.
and she's
Run.
pretty lightweight, and he just says, "Deacon, take her."
Fucking no.
I grab Astra and I turn
No!
to her, I guess.
Let
I don't like this. I don't
me
like
go.
this. And I say, Astra, he's ready to die. I'm sorry. And I turn to Burzin and I say, thanks. And then I run. Dragon, I guess. Is that what you wanted me to do? That's fucked.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Run, go.
Oh, wait, I turned to Sawbones. Sawbones, hit me with that thing with extra spells.
All right. I hit him with the biohack.
As I turn to you, I give you blessings of youth at the 3rd level, giving you fucking insane speed. And then I just run with her. Yeah, I guess. Or I run back. I run back and I call out to Astra. I don't grab her because I think she'll make the choice, but I go.
Astra, you need to make the choice. Are you going or are you staying?
I have to run. Fuck. Well, if he's already on the fucking button,
Go.
I'll run.
Live your life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna grab it. Astra, come on. He's ready.
You go.
Captain. Yeah, I'm gone, but
You get down there. You run into the ship. Sawbones, you're the first one there. Hit the door button. You run in. Deacon piles in after you. And
Say we didn't have Banshee. He could have pressed the button.
as Astra comes in, you hit the launch, and this thing just boom, like Battlestar Galactica style, just zoom, rockets away.
oh no.
Burzin, the timer's counting down. 10 seconds.
And he just looks at the screen and looks down. Well, I knew this was a one-way trip. And he just presses the button.
You press the button, and in that moment you existed, and then there's just darkness.
Shit.
As the ship is flying away, it's been completely rocketed away from this, and there's just this insane turbulence, just and the scopes on this ship as it's flying away, there's nothing around you in this area. You're in this small, short-range shuttle, and it asks you what you'd like your destination to be.
Tap in Absalom Station.
Tap in Absalom. Scopes go green. And then it counts down. It uses its FTL. Can't use the drift. There's no beacons nearby. And it just... You'll be there probably within 2 hours.
Sorry, Mari. There was no way Burzin is letting anyone else die.
I guess I turn to Astra and I say, he would have been grateful, and he was grateful that you chose to save yourself.
I know, but who's gonna tell Barry? Fuck. I mean, it shouldn't have been him. It shouldn't have been anyone.
Yeah, but he was carrying a lot of weight for the hurt that he did.
We all did it. Well, you didn't, but we did.
But he felt responsible. He told us himself he was ready to make that sacrifice.
Look, Astra, I worked with Burzin for a long, long time, and we all went through a lot together, and there's just no way that he would have let anyone else push that button. And if you'd hung around, you would have just been blown up as well. So I know it's hard, and I know you wanted to, but a captain did the right thing.
It wasn't right. None of this is right.
He saved the universe. What are you talking about? I can't believe that we actually did it. It was, the captain's gone, and it's sad, and that's we'll need to sort of take some time and talk about it. But
The fucking books.
the results he got are incredible. We all got are incredible. We killed a god, from what I can tell. Still a bit suspect on that, but we killed. We definitely killed something very threatening. We took Calderon out, or at least we took a robot that looked a lot like Calderon out.
Yeah,
So
I don't know
you should probably,
what that was.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about, and we stopped the portal to the other dimension from opening.
And we killed all the...
And we killed all
the
of those.
bio
Did you
soldiers.
see those fucking things? Imagine if they were loose on
Yeah.
Absalom Station. That would be a nightmare. So, all in all, not bad.
Fucking... Astra, goes through the cupboards and tries to find, a stiff drink to toast Burson. And she finds,
In the
isopropyl
escape
alcohol
shuttle.
in the medical... We'll all go
There's ethanol.
behind.
This is a well-appointed escape shuttle.
Yeah, I'm imagining everything.
Yeah, sure enough, you find a small little ration of liquor.
Yeah. I want to say thank you, Astra, for making the choice yourself, because I didn't want it to be on me. And I appreciate it.
I know. But God, Desna, even... It's not how it should have gone. But... You did a good thing. And she pours she pours 5 glasses. One for each of us, one for Banshee, and one for Burson. Pours 2 on the floor, of course, because... Fuck.
Pour one out.
For your homies.
For my homies. To saving the world and no one knowing. Fuck.
Is there I guess we might
Body
be too
cams?
far away now, but is it too far for us to see? Did we see the explosion?
Yeah, so I mean, if you were looking out the back, it was this pulsating of energies, and then it just sucked back into nothing.
Yeah. The best kind of self-destruct.
As you...
Sucked into another dimension.
So, Sawbones, as you're at the helm, right? You're flying the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're there, and you notice there's the computer to the side, and it says, welcome, Mr. Calderon.
Does it look like it's got an interface and I could start pressing some buttons and seeing what's there?
Yeah, so just standard interface. Looks like a computer off to the side that's built in, but separate from the main ship controls.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd tap a button to wake it up and start seeing what it's showing me.
Yep. Boom. It wakes up. You can see that this computer is connected to an intranet.
Mm-hmm.
And just a cursory glance through this, you have access to most of the files that you did back at his mansion as well. And you notice another tab there that says accounts.
Yes. We need that one.
Just press the button.
It brings up a list of currently available holdings. No way that this is a complete list, but you just maybe have a quick little scroll through of what is available here, emergency funds sort of thing. Quick and dirty math. Looks about 8 million credits.
Okay. How much did we owe on the ship? Or did we send off it was Calderon's fault thing?
You guys haven't sent off any of that information yet.
Hey, Deacon and Astra, you're not going to believe this, but there's a huge mountain of credits in this ship, or in this intranet here.
I start tearing apart the ship.
Yeah.
Where?
In the
Banana stand. Yeah. There's more than enough here to make good with whatever has happened before.
I look over some of the files, and I'm no dum-dum. I got +3 to intelligence. I'm not dumb. What if we we're a little clever with how we transferred some of this money, and then we showed the evidence implicating Calderon.
Oh, yeah, definitely we should do that.
Make sure that EdgeCorp doesn't get all the money, and we can maybe do some good with it. You know, all those planets he destroyed in his journey to his insane plan.
And Mrs. Castor and
Yeah.
Mrs. Bishop and Mr. Bishop.
And Brandon and Anya Hill's parents.
Leia.
Oh,
And if we have a little left over, I would like to give a little bit of money to Jacob Allran, because we did tie him up in his house and stole his favorite comic book, and I feel a little sore about that.
I mean,
Still feel like a real dickhead.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was a bit of an asshole.
He was a bit of an
really.
asshole, but we are the good guys, I think, at this moment. We could spare a little bit of money, maybe.
So you guys spend the next little bit of time figuring out the best way to, transfer this out without anybody looking too closely. And you've got a few hours to do so. So you have a bit of a chat about it and you think you've got it. When you get back to Absalom, the quarantines are still in place. You reach out to Rack. You're able to secure a spot for considering the credits you just got, a nominal fee. You land and you want to get this information out to the proper authorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you find a secure terminal sort of thing.
the library. It's always at the library.
Always, you go to the library, Absalom Library, and you release this information. Who are you sending it to? The press, the stewards, everybody?
What do you think, Deacon? I think we send it. I mean, I'm thinking about sending it to just far and wide.
Yeah,
It's either that or just the stewards,
Everyone,
but
right?
it's no one to punish,
I'm
right?
sure-
So
I mean, I got a friend in the stewards that I could probably chase up. Where's the best way to do this to clear their names? The goal is to clear their names, explain what almost happened, explain that the threat is over in terms of the quarantine, and
we'll also expose the Eoxians. I think
expose the
like that's
Eoxians and their part in it, and make sure that Burrs and everybody's names are cleared.
Yeah.
Right.
And that he's sung to be the hero that he deserves to be. Like, he literally sacrificed himself to stop the coming of the... Like,
That's
people
not
need
why
to know
you did
this.
it, but that's nice.
No, but that needs to go out too, right? Is that you gave literally your life to stop the apocalypse, or the equivalent of whatever that is in the Starfinder world. You know.
Okay.
What,
Space
an
apocalypse.
Yeah, space
The
apocalypse.
space
Yeah.
Space
apocalypse.
apocalypse. It's like Spoogle's Space apocalypse. All right, you do so.
We spask Jeeves.
Oh my god.
Jeeves.
We
And
spinged.
you send out this information. Within the day, it's literally everywhere, plastered all over the place. This is beyond scandalous, that this was all caused by one person. Just the most horrific crimes anybody could ever imagine. And you guys are completely cleared from this. Like, within days, you're contacted, they apologize to you, all the rest of that happens. The Pact World governments step in on your behalf and intervene with EdgeCorp to make sure that they, they don't actually chase you up with the contract. They probably end up taking over the payment for that, and because the corporation's still going to get paid, right? And so the Pact World government take
their
over the
lawyers
pay
would
and
work
everything for
something.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they protect you guys from that. It's a pretty wild few days. As things relax a little bit, subside, and you guys were asked to come in for some questioning. You guys have nothing to hide. You
Except
comply with that. They
lot of
hold you for a
$8 million
time. You can't speak to the investigations around that, but they do so. They question you guys, and then after a few days, they release you out back into Absalom. You all stand there. You're in the eye. It's where the steward's headquarters is. They release you out onto the street, And there's been all of this hustle, this bustle, this fanfare. You know, it's been really full on. But as they release you out onto the street, there's people walking past, just going about their lives, going about their business. You look ahead of you, there's a beautiful green park that is the center feature. And as you look up, you can see the dome above, beautiful clear skies, a fake sun there. And it's calm, it's peaceful. No one's looking twice at you.
I pick up the phone and call. I probably message Leia and say, Leia, can we talk and meet at the
Vlaka's tongue?
The Vlaka's tongue. Yeah.
Yep, she agrees and she sets up a meet with you.
Cool. And I think by this point she'll know what's happened to Burzin, right? Like, we've released all this stuff to the media. There's been stories and interviews.
All over the news, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
You've been on a whirlwind press junket.
Yeah. I just turn to the other two and sort of nod and say, I'm off to have a chat with Leia and just sort of fill her in a bit. I'm sure she's got questions. I'll meet you back at the ship later today. I just sort of nod and walk off.
We're talking about the pig or the now opulent little...
Well, the Opus is
emergency
back at
pod.
Cold Iron's compound.
Oh.
I guess we don't have a ship.
Opus. Oh my god, we got
Do
3
we?
ships now.
Cold Iron.
Well, no, we'd left the pig here, right? Yeah, we did leave the pig at Absalom. Yeah.
Yeah, we've locked the pig here, and then we've got
Definitely going to get the Opus, like,
yeah.
at some point in the epilogue.
You gotta be quick.
So that's what we do.
Impounded.
That's what I do, at least.
Astra, what are you doing?
Astra's going to, on Absalom Station, she's going to go and find Old B.
Old B?
Head out to Old B. And just sort of like pat everybody on the way past and be like, see you back at the pig. And head on down.
Deacon?
Well, there are only 2 things I really want to do, which is see my folks and also kind of figure out how I want to talk to Anya's mom.
Yeah.
But I guess that's better done in person. So I'll just kind of send off a space Gmail to her, a Gmail, letting her know that I'll come at some point, but that her daughter and her son-in-law were heroes, and then I will head over to see my folks.
Sawbones, you arrive at the Vlaka's tongue. It's not as bustling as it was originally when you guys first came here. Things are more under control now on Absalom, but it's not back to the way it was just yet. You know, there's still that feeling in the air. Things are still a little bit tense. Entire races have been wiped out across the galaxy. There's this monumental threat that was just so close to wiping out everybody, but just averted. There's this tension in the air. As you walk through, you know, you've probably taken some effort to disguise yourself, but as you walk past, like, 1 or 2 people might do a bit of a double take as you walk, like, was that no, was that him? I don't know. And you head to the Vlaka's tongue, and as you arrive, you can see Leia's already sitting there. She's got an empty next to her, and she's got another one that she's working on.
Stop by the bar on the way and just get myself a couple of fingers of whiskey, and then take it on over. Say, Lass, I'm so incredibly sorry. I know you and the captain were closer than either of you made out.
She gets up as soon as, like, you say that, and she just, like, gives you a big hug. You know, you can see that
Lift him off the ground.
she's been crying, and, you know, no, she, like, kind of crouches down to, like, give him the hug, you know, like one knee sort of thing. So I would say, I just can't believe he's gone. She kind of releases the hug and, you know, kind of gathers herself and sits back down. You know, I told him to come back. That stubborn son of a bitch. I told him to come back.
He was stubborn right till the end, Lass. Like, I'm not sure how much you've heard from the media. I haven't really been able to keep up with, I don't know what everyone's saying about what happened, but he was stubborn right till the end. We had to make a quick decision. Like, I'm talking 25 seconds to kind of make a decision, and Astra was going to be the one that stayed and pressed the button. Someone had to press the button. We couldn't We had no other way. And the captain just didn't give her a choice. I mean, you could see it in his eyes as he was talking, like he was going to stay, whether all of us stayed there or none of us stayed there, like he wasn't going to move. So, and I think we all knew him well enough to know that look he gets when he's made up his mind. And so we had to leave him. And he didn't hesitate, as I say. We had less than 30 seconds to make the call, and he just looked at us and we knew what was going to happen. So, yeah.
He wouldn't have had it any other way.
He wouldn't.
There was no way he was letting Astra go down. Or anybody else on his crew. No way. He wasn't that kind of man.
No. And listen, he, even on the way to what we knew would be the end, he talked about you, lass, and he wanted to make things right. He wanted to look after you. He felt real bad about, the last time you guys got together and what happened to you and the way he had to leave you. So when the time comes, I'll make sure that everything gets fixed up there. We found a little bit of money lying around Calderon's estate, so I'll just make sure that everything gets squared out like the captain asked me to.
Nice.
Sawbones, I don't give a shit about that, but fuck.
He wouldn't want to leave it undone, lass.
He couldn't. Person.
So what's your situation now, lassie? I'm guessing you're not at EdgeCorp anymore.
No, I don't work for those sons of bitches no more. I got some new work. I'm with Abadar Corp now. Doing the same kind of soulless, soul-crushing work. But I'll get by, Sawbones. Dude, don't worry about me. What are you gonna do?
Aye, it's funny you ask, lassie. I've been giving it a fair bit of thought. I think I'm finally gonna go properly to medical school. I've read enough books. Fuck knows, I've practiced it enough out in the field. Like what we had to go through on Tabrid Minor was haunting, lass. It was absolutely haunting.
I can't imagine.
Aye. So, look, I kind of face going back to the delivery job, and I kind of face staying still, and I've got no one aside from the crew, really, Astra and Deacon, who I've got any ties with. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to school. I think I'm going to specialize. That the things we saw on Tabard Minor just made me so incredibly upset, and I want to make sure that sort of thing never happens again. I also want to make sure that any sort of mass plague or mass sort of issue like that we're far better equipped. So I think I'm going to go and do that and specialize, and then we'll see where I get taken.
She smiles. That's real noble of you, Sawbones. That's real good.
Not bad for a street, that, hey?
Not bad for a street rat. And, Daniel, did Burzin leave anything for Leo?
Yeah, he would have recorded... So my thinking is he would have recorded some videos to send when they were at the estate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, set up a video in the...
Like wipes down the sweat from, like, his sword
Like,
sessions.
as it,
Like,
like,
all right.
as he's
Okay.
practicing.
Golden hour. Time to go.
Just glistening. Like, he would have done it in the biodome
For sure.
in front of the waterfall or something, and he would have made one for his mum and, to a lesser extent, Barry, and one for Leo.
Yeah. I mean, we imagine that Sawbones can probably pass this on. Maybe there was a fail-safe, press one button on your little computer and whoop,
Yeah.
it's sent straight to his.
Yeah. So look, lassie, there's something that he wanted me to pass on to you. So I do. I had to sort of pass it over to her.
Thanks, Sawbones. You take care now, all right?
You too, lassie. See you around. Sort of knock my drink back and stand up and walk off.
Sometime later, Leia is in her apartment. She's got a bottle out, She's a few down, and she's kind of staring at the recording on her personal computer. Her hands kind of been hovering back and forth over the past who knows how long. Knocks back her drink. Takes a breath and steadies herself and then taps play.
You just see him, like, in his white shirt and his vest in front of this waterfall in the biodome. Hi, Leia. It's weird doing something like this, you know, some kind of posthumous message or communication. I don't know. It's like I said, I don't think I'm coming back from this. I don't know if we're coming back from this, but if this message gets to you, then I'll know that somebody survived, at least. You know, I'm not trying to be a hero or anything. I want you to know what your friendship meant to me, coming out of the situation I was in and getting me into Edge Corp. I know, you know, it's not good work, but it's work. You know, and without it, I wouldn't have met you. So thanks. Thanks for everything. And I know you know, but you're like a sister to me, Leia. And I love you. So, hopefully... hopefully we're able to stop this bastard and... You know, you can live your life. Keep going forward. And I don't know if it's possible, but if I can pay you back somehow, if this is what it takes, then, you know, thanks for everything. See you around, kid. And you see him just, like, walk up to the camera and turn it off. He's like, oh, God, how do I turn this thing off?
She laughs at the end. She just kind of shakes her head as, you know, she's smiling from that ending, but you can see the tears are forming in her eyes. She just takes a breath and she hits play again. And we go to Astra. She's making her way down through the seedy underbelly of Absalom in this heavily industrial area, back to the familiar shop that we saw some time ago. Heads inside.
Yeah.
Obi!
Sitting behind the desk.
Okay.
There's a elderly desk reading a space paper. Which is a Vince screen
Old
thing,
school.
but, you know, maybe it's like disposable. They're really wasteful in the future.
Yeah. It's like, it's on cling wrap, cling film.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just a moment. Yeah, let me find my glasses. Just a moment.
You take your time.
What?
Take your time.
Astra?
Hey, B.
Kind of looks around and kind of fumbling a little bit and like looking around for his
You're here,
glasses,
buddy.
and you can see that they're on his head.
Look up, bud.
What? Where? Yeah. Oh!
He
On
puts them
top.
on, like kind of shaking hands as he lowers them down over his eyes.
Astra, it's you.
He kind of like slowly gets up and starts, you know, doing the old man fast walk.
Whoa,
Like,
welcome to you.
Shuffle.
It's okay.
Comes around and like he's fucking huge. Like he's a Vesk, right? But he's like got all like the floppy old man skin as well. And so he just embraces you in this hug, like with skin and Vesk, just like this massive hug.
It's kind of cool.
Astra.
Cool to the touch.
Oh, Astra, I saw the news. Are you okay?
Then you know.
And he kind of steps back and holds you by the shoulders and then like puts a gentle hand on your face. And it's kind of like, you know, like an old person's skin is just, it's like a baby's skin. It's so soft. Even
Yeah.
though he's a mechanic, you know, and he's got this workshop, it's such a soft hand. He touches you gently on the cheek.
It is you. You're safe.
Yeah, but I lost another one. Again. after Mom and Dad. And then there was Bantam, and now Banshee, and then I thought Burson was like my dad, and now he's gone too. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Do I rebuild another one? Call it something else done with a B? What do I do? Oh, B?
Kind of gives you a hug again, reassures you a bit. Here, come. Sit down.
You got those biscuits? The ones in the tin in the back?
Oh, yes. I have some just here. He kind of reaches a shaking hand over and pops the tin open for you. Here you are.
This so style.
This so style.
So style.
Yeah. You break a tooth. My dear, there is so much loss that you've experienced in your life. I know. I have too, as you know.
I know.
But
just not fair.
It's not fair. Life isn't fair. But we can't dwell on what could have been and what should have been. You can think about what was. This man, this was Burson Caster and the news.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's a pain in my ass, but he was he was the closest thing I had to family.
Yes.
Except for you, of course.
Well, you should feel fortunate for knowing one such as him. And the other crew, you lost others too?
Yeah, I did.
Tiny, and that boy. Brandon, was it?
Yeah, Brandon. He was so young. He deserved more.
Think about what their sacrifice was for. What they have given you. What they've given us. They've given us everything.
They really did.
By sacrificing their everything. You can grieve, of course. Grieve. It's what separates us from the monsters like that Sander called Durin.
Such a monster.
But we must move forward. We must not waste the gift that they have given us.
What do we do next? Like, all those planets. I wish there was a way we could help them. We were responsible for some of that. A lot of that. And I feel like that's the next thing. Is somehow righting the wrongs. I just don't know how.
Well, a journey starts, but with a single step, my dear. We cannot do big things instantaneously.
No.
If you wish to help these people with your extraordinary talents, then go there, help them, be amongst them.
Yeah.
What is something small for you might end up being something huge.
I think you might be right. I think this time maybe I'll take a bigger ship. See if there's more I can do for more people. Maybe move them off some of these planets. Give them something more. Get them somewhere they need to be. Get them things they need. I don't know. Maybe go up against these Edge Corp bastards and take some of their clients and actually do it for the good of others. And
You would be the first.
Yeah. If anyone can outpilot one of them, it's definitely me.
Huh.
But, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I always thought the Cap would be there telling me where to go and which way to head after all of this, but he's just not. So I guess it's time to say goodbye and thanks to all the families of the ones I've loved and get a really big ship.
Oh. I just so happen to know someone who's selling one.
Oh, really?
We kind of fade out on that, and we see Deacon making his way through the spike. It's more populated than it was when you came during the height of the tensions, but still it's lacking. It's not what it once was. You make your way through the crowds fairly easily, and you find yourself in front of your parents' shop.
On my way, I want to grab some Castrovalian bourbon.
Yep.
Oh, the good stuff.
There's a guy there. Get your bourbon. Get your bourbon here.
Paulo.
Yeah, that's me.
So-
Pablo the bourbon boy.
Sure. I walk into my folks' place.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, I'm back.
Like, as you walk in, it's like the shop is empty, but like you just hear running footsteps. Duh, 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 duh. And you see your dad, Kith, just like burst through the fucking like employee's door, and just he leaps over the counter and just runs up to you and just like grabs you in like the biggest hug. Ashford. Ashford. How do you, are you okay? He kind of like, holds you back and like puts his hands on your face. Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, come here. He gives you like a big hug again, like just embracing you.
Oh, okay. All right.
sorry.
All right. Oh,
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Let's calm down. It's all right.
Good to see you, son. And you see behind Sparshall there, and he looks like he's kind of holding back a little bit, like he wants to walk up to you, and he takes a bit of a breath and he walks forward, and you can see his hand almost reaching out for a handshake, but he stops himself.
Run and hug him.
And he also at that same moment he changes his grip and he pulls in and he just like grabs you, but it's like a man hug. He's like with the fist on the back. It's not the open palm, and he's like, I'm glad you're back, boy. I'm glad you're back.
I grab my dad and I pull him into the family hug.
You just take that moment just to enjoy the embrace of family. Kind of step back and well, why don't you come on in back? We'll put on a cup of coffee for you. Come on.
Nah, come with me. I just want to show you something, and then I want to lead him out. Trust me, it'll be fine. We'll grab some food later, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. But
Yeah, they follow you out. You know, Kith goes, Barshall turns around, he locks the door. They follow you.
on the way, as we're walking, I just kind of turn to them and say, like, hey, you know, when I was giving those reports, I was handing out left and right at the steward's business cards for K&B bail bonds, so you might be getting a little bit more work on
That's
the way.
my boy. Oh, Ashford, come on, you shouldn't be taking advantage of people. No. He saw an opportunity, and he
advantage, offering him a
Exactly,
deal.
boy. Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Shit.
That's my boy. And he, like, Marshall gives you, like, a
Yeah.
big pat on the back. All right, boy.
Hell yeah.
Don't be proud. Don't be real proud.
As I'm just kind of recounting or answering any of their questions, what happened since I left, I lead them to the playground.
Oh, good.
Where my dad's got me.
Yeah.
I kind of open the gate rather than go through the break in the fence, because now I'm an adult.
It squeaks as you open it
Walk
up.
I just
Ashford, what are we doing here?
When I was a kid, you picked me up here once. Before we saw the psychiatrists and the doctors, and before all the medicine, and
I remember that. You were hurt. Yeah, like he always was back then. Always up to no good. You fell over or something. At least that's
Yeah.
what you told us.
fair. I saw something when I fell when I was a kid, and well, you know, in the news we were talking about the plan that Calderon had to bring about those gross mosquito things and infect everybody, and it was just super gross.
Marshall spits.
I saw a bit of it when I was a kid years ago, and I didn't know what it was, and I think it didn't make sense until, well, either way, the folks I fell into and the people I met, they helped me make sense of that trauma. And I thought I'd just hang out on the swings here with my dads and just maybe pass this bottle, and I show him the bottle I grabbed.
Well, I ain't gonna say no to a bit of a dip into that one.
I'm sorry I didn't explain more what was going on when I was a kid, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you what was really going on when we last spoke. It's not that I didn't trust you, I just didn't want to drag you into... There's a reason why I was with those people, and it's just something I had to see it through by myself. Well, not really. And then I think Dick kind of looks down and like pushes off on the swing. It's just like I was with friends.
Your dad, Kith, is nodding.
You had your people. Ash, we're your family, but those people, that group, your crew that you were with, they're your family too. So's Mira. We're all family. And family means you don't gotta say you're sorry. So we understand. We'll support you. We're glad you're back in one piece.
And the swings just kind of creak as the chains are just grinding. And we kind of fade on that scene. We fade into a human woman. She's older, maybe in her late 60s. And she's kind of pottering around her kitchen. And the communicator goes off in another room. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Bleep, bleep, bleep. She keeps on working, doing things around the kitchen. Blip, blip, blip. Blip, blip, blip.
Are you gonna get that or what?
Blip, blip. Okay. All right. Jeez, I thought you were gonna.
Okay, good. I'm watching the game.
All right. I'm gonna get it. We see Burzen's mother move into the main room with the communicator there. Blip, blip, blip. Okay. All right. She puts on her glasses. All right. Okay, now which button is it? Is there. Beep. A message is being sent through. Huh? Barry, what? I'm watching the game. Barry, no, come look. Barry says this is from Burzen.
What? What? Let me see. What?
Then you just hear like things getting knocked over and moving from like off your.
Oh shit! Be careful.
Okay, and he comes in. You see this Kasathan guy like moving up behind her. What? That's not possible. That's not, how could that be? No, look, it says it here. Holy shit.
Well, go on. Press play. Press play on it. Okay. No. Don't press that one. Press the other one. Oh, okay. I'll press the other one.
She pressed the other. She was going to press delete. Presses play. And the message begins.
Again, you see like Burzen in front of the waterfall in the biodome.
Oh, that's nice. Look where he is. That's my boy.
Hey, Ma.
Barry.
Look where I am.
She starts crying and turns away, and Barry's hugging her.
You see, this is water. It's real water.
Come on, you should look, hon.
Ma, this isn't gonna be easy, but I just... Look, I know I've put you through a lot of stuff. You and Barry. Hi, Barry.
Hey, boy. How you doing?
I know I sent something from Leia. All those things they were saying about me and my crew, it's not true.
We know, honey.
None of it was true. And I've got to go do something that I don't think I'm coming back from. But it's something that I got to do. And Barry is... As much as it pains me to say, I wouldn't be able to do it if you hadn't sent me to military school, and I got that training that I got.
Somebody had to set him straight. I always said that. Somebody had to set that boy straight. Oh.
I'm gonna keep this pretty brief because this whole message sending thing is weird. I'm more of a phone guy, but that's not a possibility at the moment. So just know that I love you, and what I'm doing here, I'm doing for you, and I'm doing for my crew, and for the people that I love. I don't know. So strange. I just hope I can make you proud. So goodbye. And if I see you again, I'll be amazed. I'll even give you a hug, Barry.
That'll be the day.
I just wanted to say thank you, both of you, for everything you've done. Okay. Goodbye. Again, he walks up to the camera. Okay, I figured this out. I swear to God.
And as it kind of like freezes, like the last freeze frame is like you kind of pressing the thing. You see your mom, she starts crying and she gently puts up a hand and like puts it on the screen, just putting her head down, she starts crying. And you see Barry is as well. He just puts an arm around her.
Oh, Barry.
Okay. You'll be okay. We'll be okay.
We fade on that scene. As things stabilize somewhat, the planets that were affected by this, they're put into proper isolation. Proper security presence is organized in all of these systems. There's beacons put in place to ward off would-be tourists, looters, while all the salvage and some limited rescue efforts begin, saving whoever managed to survive down on these planets. But in reality, what remains of the governments on these planets, they have very little resources or no way to access them, so they're kind of relying on loans from the Pact Worlds to pay for them. And, well, shockingly, it's payday for any companies with the ships and the manpower to take advantage of these mostly unregulated government contracts.
Jerks.
Companies like EdgeCorp. The Calderon estate and holdings are frozen. They're put into administration. There's just vast sums of money and assets, land. So much that there's a special wing of the Pact World government that is set up to actually handle it all. Over time, more and more claims are put through people who were hurt by this, damaged by this, affected by these things, and the process to sort through it all just becomes longer and longer. And people say that it's potentially going to take at least a decade to sort it all out.
Jesus.
And sometime later, perhaps years, we hear a news report. ABXM News. The first residents of Tabard Mine have returned to their homeworld today. After almost 5 years of cleanup efforts, the first non-cleanup vessel docked at their main spaceport, and they were met with fanfare as the uprising-turned President Sepamat welcomed them. He had this to say.
We welcome home the first batch of the Kopai's children and look forward to many more. After years, our home is finally safe once again. And though our people have suffered incalculable losses from this genocide, our carapace is hard. And from the ashes we will rise once more. The crowd cheers. Yeah!
Yeah!
We would like to thank the Pact World's government for their assistance in this monumental task. And we look forward to reopening our petition to join them with them in the very near future. But in the meantime, we give thanks to those who gave everything so that we may live and that we may return to our homes, and not just ours, all of the other worlds affected by this terrible, terrible tragedy. But now is not the time to look back. It is the time to look forward.
And to rebuild once more. Everybody cheers again.
Yeah.
And, we kind of see different flashes of things. People on all of these different planets, there's cleanup operations happening. They're rebuilding. Occasionally a zombie will run out of, they lift a rock and there's one and someone, quickly takes it out, that sort of thing. There's,
Get him!
There's, doctors and scientists working away to develop, and, we see one of them, lights up their face and they run off, and then, they go into their boss's room and deliver good news, and then the boss, gets on the comlink straight away as they're, finding cures and vaccines for these afflictions, which are still prevalent. And, we see images and moments of the galaxy rebuilding itself over time. But years on, we see the crew once again. We fade in and we see Sawbones. He's maybe a little bit grayer around the muzzle, but, he looks like he's got some of that old Sawbones positivity back again. Some of that hope. Where is Sawbones years on? What's he doing? Or even what he's done in the intervening time, up to you, man.
I like to think that the second news report after the one on Tabard Minor is is the anchor saying, something like, we cut to sort of what happened to the the Tabard Minor 4 or whatever, doing a 5 years on
an expose.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
Yeah. And you sort of see these
Peyton Sawbones Church.
Yeah, and you sort of see news newspaper headlines flashing up talking about all these plague hotspots all around the galaxy. Cuts to a shot of Sawbones kind of descending on a from a helicopter down into what is clearly just a fucked up war zone. There's zombies and shit running around as plague, and he's got his injector pistol, his trusty injector pistol next to him, and he's got a whole crew of SWAT team people, and he's got a big medic bag filled with biohacks and vaccines and all of that sort of stuff on his shoulder. And what has actually happened is he's gone to medical school. He's learned all there is to know about immunology and all of these sorts of things. I like to think he's a level 15 biohacker with so many of those primary and secondary fields of study.
Level 20.
Yeah,
level
where
20,
he's just
bro.
learned all of that stuff. And he's been at the forefront of not only developing new treatments for these sort of plagues and issues that happen, but he's also putting those hands-on tactical kind of go into a war zone skills that he learned on Tabard Minor or he found on Tabard Minor. And he's not just a guy in a lab doing some research. He's actually out there at the forefront of fighting these plagues and these hotspots.
Yeah, a true humanitarian.
Yeah, that's right. Still doesn't believe in the gods.
Doctors Without Borders, right?
Yeah, peopleitarian.
Yeah. So that's what Sawbones has done.
As we see this action-packed scene, we fade out of that, and then we see Astra. Again, she's a little bit older. She was in her early 20s before, but, now she's a little bit wiser, I think, and more confidence in her gaze.
Definitely. Yeah, so she, over the last 5 years, has put together her own sort of competitor to EdgeCorp. It's not that size at all, but she has definitely learnt some tricks of the trade to be able to go up against companies like that for all of the tenders for the government. And with her mighty fine.
The ethical delivery company.
Exactly. Yeah, and so I like to think that she was the first one to start with the Tabard Minor delivery of humanitarian aid, and did that for free. There was no tender for that. That was just straight in this beautiful ship that old B found for her. That was the first of many in her fleet. Pardon?
What's the
ship called?
The company.
What's the company called? Oh no! I should have come up with something. The Rooster Corp? Yeah, it's got to be something like that. Yeah, with like across the
Albatross.
side.
Maybe it could be like
With the-
albatross or something,
Yeah.
like the biggest bird.
Yeah.
No, it's AB
ABP, yeah.
but like it stands for something different.
Oh, I like that. Yes. Yeah, ABP for sure. Yeah, and so I've
All about packages.
All about packages.
Albatross, pelican,
Always be packaging.
phantom. Yeah.
All right.
I've managed to amass quite a number of ethical pilots and crew to actually help with the rebuild, and we're making a big difference.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the money. It's never been about the money. It's about actually being able to help the people on the ground. And if you actually zoom into the picture of Sawbones being lowered down from the helicopter, the actual pilot in there is Astra, because she gets to pick and choose which of the aircrafts that she
I like
has
that.
at her disposal to...
There's a big ABP across the side of the helicopter.
yeah. And through all of this, she's been taking little videos and sending back to Tiny's family, sort of like updates on, where we're at, and, all thanks to Tiny, this is what we get to do. I like to think that she's, supporting all of the people that were left behind. So,
Yeah. Well, as one of these videos is taken, Astra maybe sends it off and comms open up. And, we don't hear what's being said, but the comms open up and Leia's there. She works for this company.
yeah, she does.
And
Yeah, she does.
she then sends off this video, and we cut to out in the vast. We see Tiny's family, and we can see that they're doing okay. You guys sent through some money to them as well, and it looks like they've actually used that to help the colony that they live on, and they've used it to improve their society and help everybody, knowing that that's what Tiny would have wanted, to help everybody else and to give back to the community that gave so much to him and so much to his family. They all kind of, as the video comes through, you see brothers and sisters, they all kind of wave over, they gather round and they come up and they're watching the video, and they're pointing it out and they're really happy about it and cheering. And then we fade out on that scene and we see Deacon maybe lifts up his head. His hat was obscuring. He lifts it up and we see the weathered face of an experienced bounty hunter looking directly at us.
I think Deacon made sure that Cerise, Anya's mom, their family was taken care of.
Yeah.
I think he helped out a bit in the spike, providing a little bit, using some of the money to set up maybe a foundation for kids. But I think I think he tried to make more connections in the meantime with people on the way. I'm sure there was like a really awkward attempt at making a connection with Caius. It's like, in my dream you were not so shitty to me. I think he goes to Akuton and helps out at the temple and gives money like he promised. But I also think that in the intervening years, like I think he liked his job. He didn't do it just because it was work. He did it because he was good at it and he enjoyed it. So I think there was a thing that was nagging at him through the years. It was that moment on the ship, and he's pretty good about playing moments back and examining them from different angles and looking in through timelines and stuff. And that nagging bit of watching Calderon like short out
Yeah.
and not knowing what happened. And I think he'd spend on his off hours off the books trying to investigate and see what secrets he had. And if you'll allow me, I would totally love for when Astra lands after that journey with Sawbones waiting at the port is Deacon, and I just want him to like look at them and just say like, y'all up for another job?
You know it.
Why, laddie? What have you got?
mummies, sarcophagi. It's all connected.
Burrison would have loved it.
Oh, I'm in.
And then we fade on that scene there. And in that time as well, you know, we see Burzen's parents, they checking their bank accounts one day, and suddenly there's this big influx of credits with the message from you guys. His mom faints. Barry's like, oh, I can't believe it. Yeah. But then, you know, as we see all that and maybe some more time passes, we see on Absalom Station in the eye, this big, beautiful glass dome kind of go through that and into the park that, you know, when you guys were released from the stewards, there was this big, beautiful park there. And in there, we kind of move in closer to that through the real life trees. And, you know, we hear children laughing and playing. We see everybody happy again. Things look to be back to normal. And, you know, as we're kind of maybe following one of the dirt paths, we look up and we see there a statue. And we see on it Tiny, Burzen, and Brandon. All kind of standing there, arms crossed, looking heroic. And we kind of center in on a plaque there, and it reads, "Many were lost during the great tragedy. However, these three heroes knowingly gave it all so that we may live." And then underneath that just says in quotation marks, "Always be prone." And
Yes.
we will leave our season there. And that is the end of Star Raiders.
Done, everyone.
Fun.
Good.
Good time.
Star Raiders is an Arcane Focus Network production. Be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. You'd be amazed how much it helps us spread the word. Looking for more adventure? Head to arcanefocusnetwork.com.